Wam, Kalhalayim, La Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham Harakha Kudash. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS who rule well, who I learned this truth from. And salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect. Alright. Coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahasham Harakha Kudash. I'm going to start off this lesson with Matthew 13, verse 44. Okay, and this is going to deal with basically, I was watching Apostle Orion Labs live stream this morning, and he was going into how, this ministry is about, right, it catches different people, right? It catches the good and the bad, basically, and that's just a part of this whole thing, right? Many are called, few are chosen. So this ministry is about, we're fishers of men, and our job is to prophesy unto the wind, basically, right? We're here to work this field, so to speak, that the good man, which is Yahushua, he has left us. He has left us this work to do, and the scriptures say, "Occupy till I come." But anyway, this is Matthew 13 and 44. It says again, the kingdom. This is Yahushua speaking. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field. All right, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, right, went and sold all that he had and bought it. So basically, this is going into how, right, this truth is precious. We have to constantly remind ourselves and be grateful for this truth, even to understand this. Think about the hundreds of millions of people who have Bibles. Most people don't read them. Some people do. They study them, and for those people, they still can't get what the scriptures are talking about. So it's really a blessing, man, and you gotta constantly be grateful and remind yourself and examine yourself that this thing is very, very precious. For you to understand this and to watch the apostles and to have the faith, that's a very precious thing. That's a gift that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given you, right? The gift of faith, right? And it says, verse 45, again, the kingdom of heaven. So like I read that verse 47 again. The kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind. And that's what the all the brothers on the highways and byways that are preaching the right doctrine. Okay, because you have Israelites who don't preach the right doctrine. You have people who wickedly and consciously subvert the doctrine for all kinds of sakes, all kinds of gain, all kinds of reasons. Some of it can be monetary. Some of it can just be to stroke your ego, as vain as that is. There's a movie called The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino. That was a very good movie. It was on the level of Jacob's Ladder, actually, right? Which is like, man, when the apostles recommended that years ago, and I watched it, it was basically, how really the men of the Lord are living, because we see these demons, these people, these spirits jump on these people, right? But anyway, that movie, Devil's Advocate, at the end, or there's a point in the movie where he said, vanity. He's like, vanity. He's like, it's got to be my favorite sin. And then at the end, he said that line as well, because he caught Keanu at the end with vanity. And it's crazy to think, people are giving up their souls for vanity. But anyway, this is back in Matthew 13, and 47. So that was the point about the net. So we go out there, we on the highways and byways, we're fishers of men. Verse 48, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. See? So we're in that time where we're about to actually strike midnight. This thing is about to be done actually pretty soon. You're seeing the signs, everything unfolding. There's actually going to be no more room for this, no more purpose actually for this ministry. This ministry is actually on its way to being finished and completing its goal, which was to gather the elect from the four winds of the earth, to spread the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. We're almost there. But within that, you have cycles of house cleaning and so-called brothers that come in, and then whatever reason, maybe they came in like that, maybe they grew in the truth like that, they grew the wrong way, wrong foundation, and like I said, they want some vainglory or whatever the case is, stir up some BS. But I found that very heavy because this is all a part of that ministry. We're gathering, right? And it's true, right? When you think of a net, you throw that net in the ocean, and you pull it up. There's gonna be seaweed, there's gonna be rocks. There's gonna be all kinds of things you don't need. Garbage, right? You got to throw that net in the ocean thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times, right? Verse 49, so shall it be at the end of the world, the angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. Going into also the tares and the wheat among Israel. But ultimately, it's actually drawing a line between the world and the elect. And the elect will come back on the earth and repopulate the Israelites, and the other nations will be left to serve captivity. And then after the 1,000, you should know the script, the manifest, right? The book of 2nd Ezra 9 says the end is manifest. The manifesto is these scriptures, man. You're reading it. Right, it says, verse 50, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth, going into the final destruction via thermonuclear weapons. That was the point on that. Now, I wanted to bring out some articles. This was just an impromptu open forum, but I really like that scripture because brothers have to understand that point about, look, we're on the highways and byways, we're in this ministry, and sometimes you gather and you don't know, like, that's why the order is out there, no new members in GMS. Brothers got to get vetted, because you don't really know who you're gathering, the good, and then it said the bad shall be cast away. Yeah, there's going to be agents till the end, and you really might not know, but a lot of things are manifesting themselves right now. But anyway, let's go to this, right? This is RT News. It says Pentagon weighs in on abortions. June 24th, the U.S. Defense Chief vows to protect health and well-being of American troops. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said the Pentagon is reviewing its policies and available options as permitted by federal law to protect American service members access to pregnancy terminations. So they still want to do this wicked act, man. They still want to go on with this foolishness, right? With this folly. Well, that's good, because America is that place of filth and sin and iniquity, right? Right. So they people are in an uproar that Molech can't be pleased. That's all that is, man. Just child sacrifice, man. The hundreds of thousands of children. Right. The common point, the clear point is you women are hoes, man. Majority of you women are hoes. Okay? You're it's not even in our time, back in 10, 20, 30 years ago. Not, the generation now The culture is whoredom. That's simply put. You know, it's clear to see if you have eyes to see. The culture is whoredom, man. The way you dress and act and carry yourself. You know, sleep with 200 men before you're 20 years old. Right? You're just bugged out of your mind, man. So they want safe access to pregnancy termination following the Supreme Court move to repeal Roe v. Wade. The department, this is quote, the department is examining this decision closely and evaluating our policies to ensure we continue to provide seamless access to reproductive health care as permitted by federal law. Okay. It says, Austin said in a brief statement on Friday, after the Supreme Court struck down a 1973 ruling that guaranteed the absolute right to a first trimester abortion and limited rights in the second. Nothing is more important to me or to this department than the health and well-being of our service members, etc., etc. So this just shows you the spirit of America. And look at that sign. If you look at that sign and you have eyes to see, that's a sun logo, sun worship, right? You have the sun, liberate abortion. Going into Nimrod, right? He really represents the sun, right? And then the moon is the Semiramis. You know, it all goes back to that Babylonian worship, all the kingdoms, whether they're the Egyptians, the Assyrians, the Persians, the Greeks, who the Greeks took all those gods and they just switched them into the Edomite version, and then the Romans switched the Greeks into the Roman version, right? But now here's another article just today. Okay, it says plant-based human meat burger ad wins award. A Swedish food brand has debuted a patty they claim tastes like people. Now look, you can judge for yourself, but there's a lot of questions in my mind that already pop up. But I'm just showing you this to show you what avenue this place is heading down towards, man, and what they're conditioning you people for. An ad for a plant-based burger flavored to mimic human meat won an award at the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity last week, though it's unclear who would be able to judge the vegan patty's similarity to the real thing. Hey, Soylent Green, that old movie Soylent Green. Okay. Swedish vegan food brand Umf's Halloween. That's a highly satanic day for witches and warlocks. That's like their blood Sabbath, high holy day, basically. So, right, Halloween themed ad for its human burger took home the festival's silver brand experience and activation lion on Thursday, boasting that Umf, I believe that's what he said, turns plants into any mouth-watering meat you can imagine. The ad, replete with bloody knives and other horror movie imagery, revealed the brand was about to bring you the scariest plant-based food ever. Plant-based human meat. Right? People, there's some people that scratching their head. What are they talking about? Oh, I might as well try it. No, it sounds fun. Because you know why? The average person is a complete idiot. A complete person lacking a backbone. A backboneless person, man. Okay? No mind. Right? Like the apostles used to say years ago, a bird brain. And even birds are smarter. That's an insult to them birds. A spokesperson for the company, which manufactured the delicacy from soy, mushrooms, wheat, protein, plant-based fats, and a mysterious spice mix, insisted no humans were injured in the development of this project. I'll just leave it at that. The burger was only available in Sweden for Halloween 2021, according to the ad, because otherwise it would be creepy. And it's unclear whether the Cannes judges had the opportunity to sample the merchandise, let alone compare it to the real thing. So yeah, man, I mean, this place is degenerating very, very fast, becoming all kinds of abominations, man. And like I said, this is a conditioning thing that they're using. It's a conditioning tactic. All right. So with that, I hope you're edified. Kal halalim la Yahweh ba'ashem Yahushai ba'ashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles at GMS Ruwal, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings to you hopeful elect. Shalom. On to the next.